Hey there, my name is Callie Acquisition. I'm a registered dietitian and manager of food and nutrition outreach at the Dairy Alliance. The Dairy Alliance is a nonprofit regional organization funded by our dairy farm families in the Southeast. Our dairy farmers, in addition to our team of the Dairy Alliance, feel passionate about helping feed hungry families across the Southeast and helping promote good nutrition in schools. Did you know that milk is one of the most requested items at the food bank, but it's rarely donated? It's estimated that families that rely on food banks for staple items receive less than 1 gallon of milk per person per year. However, they need more than 1 gallon per week in order to meet the dietary guidelines recommendation of 3 servings of dairy per day for those ages 9 and up. Milk to My Plate is a program that's helping to bridge that gap. Milk to My Plate helps provide refrigeration units to pantry signs and food banks so they can purchase and store more milk for those in need. In addition to the work being done in food banks, the Dairy Alliance also works with school nutrition professionals to help promote dairy nutrition, help promote physical activity, enhance school menu options, and help address food insecurity. Our youth wellness team provides programs for schools to purchase equipment that helps merchandise, store, and serve more nutritious school menu options. School meals nourish millions of students and provide essential nutrients for growth and development. And it's important to remember that school meals are only nutritious if our students eat them. Having trendy, fun, and tasty school meal recipes is key to ensuring that school meals are our students' first choice. Today, I'm going to demo 2 different recipes that can be used in schools. Our Fiesta Parfait is a little bit of a savory spin on your traditional parfait, and then we're going to talk a little bit about dairy bowls and how those can be an option as well. This Fiesta Parfait is already being used in some schools in North Carolina, and it's one of their top sellers. Before we start assembling, I want to make sure everyone takes a second to wash their hands. You should be scrubbing for at least 20 seconds or sing happy birthday from beginning to end twice through. Keep in mind that the recipes for the Fiesta Parfait and the Dairy Bowl, which we'll demo next, are going to be on the No Kid Hungry website. Schools, if you're interested in the Fiesta Parfait, we also have a recipe card that yields more serving sizes appropriate for your school nutrition programs. Today, though, we're just making 1 serving size, and to start to make this Fiesta Parfait, you need some sort of container. So, of course, I made my display in this fancy parfait cup, but you don't need a fancy parfait cup. You can just use whatever bowl you have on hand. It's not going to change how it tastes. What you want to add first is a 1/2 cup of beets. I actually here have a mixture of pinto and black beans. I think the recipe calls for pinto. It doesn't really matter. They're going to provide fiber, and you can even choose a refried bean. A little note is, canned foods can be a source of sodium. So one thing you can do is you can rinse them. That can help decrease the sodium levels. You can also get a no sodium added version if it's available to you. Dried beans are an option too. Some people like to make dried beans at home. They take a lot longer, but if you really love beans, you want to make a bunch at once, that is a good way to do it. The next step you're going to do is you're going to add your yogurt. So 1/2 cup of yogurt we're going to add, but before we add it to our layering, we're going to add in our Mexican seasoning. This is a reduced sodium taco seasoning that I had. So I'm going to add that in, and this is 1/2 teaspoon. You want to mix that up. Now the yogurt I chose is a plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. You could choose traditional, that would be perfectly fine. The difference between the Greek and the traditional is really just Greek's a little bit thicker, a little bit tangier, a little bit higher in protein. But traditional still, provides protein, it's got the calcium, those essential nutrients. The key here is you just want to make sure you choose plain when you're making savory dishes with your yogurt. I haven't tried it, but I can't imagine vanilla would taste very good with this Mexican seasoning. Okay, now we're gonna layer that in there. The next step, if you're ahead of me, is we're gonna just add in the salsa. Now, this is really where I think the flavor really starts to build. Salsa is sneaky that way. It's very flavorful and really easy to add. So this is 6 tablespoons of salsa. So measure out your salsa at home. As you can see, I already measured out my ingredients, but I'll give you some time to measure that out. This is something where at home you could choose the spiciness level that you like. This is just a mild salsa, but you could choose spicier if you like spicy. Then lastly, we're going to top it, well not lastly, but second to last, we're going to top it with our lettuce. This is romaine lettuce that I had in my fridge. I chopped up and I washed it and then I chopped it up, but you could also use a shredded lettuce. And this is going to be a 1/4 cup you want to add. And then our last step is topping it with a tablespoon of cheese. Now, this dish as it is super tasty and very flavorful, a good option for schools. If you're at home and you want to jazz it up even more, you can do things like add sauteed fajita vegetables, add avocado, olives, or we talked about the spiciness level, maybe you like jalapenos. Really, it's so versatile. Schools that serve this with a fruit, 8 ounces of milk, and tortilla chips, this counts as a complete meal for grades K through 8. For grades 9 through 12, if they also add a 1 ounce cheese stick, it counts as a meal. As you can see from the Dairy Bowl recipe card, there are a lot of options when it comes to choosing your own Dairy Bowl. Today, the one I'm going to features some whole grain French toast sticks, peaches that were canned in 100% fruit juice, and a traditional low-fat plain yogurt. I went with plain over vanilla because I felt like the peaches and the French toast sticks were adequately sweet. But you can choose vanilla if you like vanilla. Also, you might have chosen a different grain or a different fruit. That's okay too. You want to start by measuring out your yogurt. You want 1/2 cup of yogurt to begin with. I already measured mine out in this bowl. Once you've measured out your yogurt, the next item you want to add is your fruit. You're going to be adding 1/2 cup of fruit. Now, like I said, I went with some canned peaches that were canned in 100% fruit juice. Fresh is great, frozen is great. They can all be good options. For schools, this is a good place to use USDA foods in these dairy bowls because you can use canned fruits or frozen fruits that you're getting. Additionally, schools that are doing farm-to-school programs can also use their fresh fruits. I'm going to add my peaches in. I cut my peaches up. You don't have to, if you don't feel like going through that, but I just like the bite-sized pieces. Now, keep in mind if you're using fresh fruit, you want to make sure you're washing that before you add it to your dairy bowl. Next, you're just going to add in your grain. So I'm going to add in my French toast sticks, just like so. We've got two whole grain French toast sticks. And then I wanted to top mine off with a little bit of cinnamon. If whatever you chose at home fits with the flavor profile, you can do the same. I think it adds a little bit of, spices it up a little bit. And that's it. So this is our dairy bowl. We've got the 1/2 cup of fruit, 1 grain, and then 1 meat alternate as the second grain counts for a reimbursable meal. If you add 8 ounces of milk and another 1/2 cup of fruit, then you have a complete breakfast. I really hope you enjoyed your dairy bowl or your Fiesta Parfait at home if you made one with us today. And remember, you can find both of these recipes on the No Kid Hungry website. If you want to find more information about the resources that the Dairy Alliance has for schools and food banks, go to our website at thedairylines.com.